Clocked in, I'm locked in. I might not be a top 10, but I'm the realest nigga that ever put his socks in. A pair of moccasins, my confidence, competence, my common sense. I'm convinced that I'm the best at pumping shit. Blame my pops, he ain't come to the game, so it was either go deep or go insane. So I swung for defenses the whole game, but I was more of a base hitter than a race hitter. Searching for justice, just trying to figure out the route. No doubt, I was low down with pal. Wouldn't take much to get you choked out, but I'm cool, baby. I ain't been a fool lately. Dude, thank me, these dudes hate me. We've been making moves lately, whether it's the...
It's been a hell of a year.
We only halfway there.
Nigga ain't even halfway there. Yo, you know what it is. Another edition of the best podcast you never heard of. This is the Conceited Knowbody, episode 231, Temporary Exodus. You'll get more further details about that later on. Not today, but later on. You already know who I am. This is Latoris, a.k.a. Dark Skin Thanos, a.k.a. the Fan of Facts, a.k.a. Mr. Ruggedly Handsome, a.k.a. the Commodity. We up in here, man, about to have a fantastic show. I think we coming off the heels of a dope show last week.
Yeah, that was definitely a good show. A lot of fun, too. Well, always a lot of fun, but...
always a lot of fun, definitely.
I'm biased.
I'm lean.
Not to be confused with racist.
I'm lean, and somebody will pass out before the show's over. Coke induced. Speaking of land bias, we're gonna tap in.
Nigga.
No, nigga. We gotta flip for it.
No.
We gotta flip for that motherfucker.
We gotta shoot for it.
That's that line. We're gonna snort. Hey, but no, you already know how we do it. To my right, we got the motherfucking man with the master plan.
It's your boy, Jason Ritchie, a.k.a. Go Jason R, a.k.a. Vanessa Williams, a.k.a. Send me the cash on Cash App, Venmo. Please give me some change, ho. Let's go. A.k.a. Marty McHigh, a.k.a. Senor Tezito to the Latino people, a.k.a. Andrew P. Richard, a.k.a. Drew P. Dick Nigga, a.k.a. your favorite comedian. Welcome back to the show, guys. How you doing, Latoris?
I am very, very, very good.
I'm very, very, very good.
I miss
very, very, very good.
I miss Jeremy's excitement for the droopy dick. I really
like, that nigga's dick is droopy.
I've never seen a quote unquote heterosexual male anticipating dicks dropping as much as he did. That shout out to
Jeremy. What a weird shout out.
Definitely. What's been going on with you, man? First off, I want to ask you. This may have been more of a palatable question 20 years ago when it meant something, but have you been keeping up with the National Basketball Association playoffs?
Absolutely. I've become an avid and rampant gambler. I was over here like, man, I hope my FanDuel hit again, nigga.
Again, hold on.
I hit last night.
Did you?
I hit a few times.
Why are you here?
Oh,
you didn't hit not come to your fun job.
It wasn't like I ain't go to work hit, but I keep hitting because
it was enough to where I can get what the fuck I want to on lunch.
Now the first time I hit, I was like, nigga, I ain't going to work tomorrow. But the rest of I took a bath for a week.
You did what?
You know the white niggas like, I took a fucking bath. That nigga, I fucking was losing. I was ailing nigga for like a week. And then I was like, man, I'm finna have to retire, nigga. I'm finna break even. And then that's when that motherfucker hit again. I was like, oh, nigga, I was just bullshitting. And you know this,
they really
man.
love me.
But
you like FanDuel?
Yeah, I like FanDuel better than I like DraftKings. I try to do
what?
I don't know, man. I'm just an amateur ass gambler, so you know, it's more accessible to me. Easier to use for me.
I like DraftKings.
DraftKings is cool. It's just you a professional. That's all. You've been doing this for a while. You've been how many years you play?
You know what? And I didn't know this until me and my nephew, shout out to Buddha, we was looking at.
I ain't mean to make you aware of your problems and your vices.
No, I'm very since 2015, I've been in the game.
All right, that's cool.
It's not cool. I have a regular job. It's not cool at all.
No, I mean, but shit, it's cool if you hit and then use the money for valuable purposes. You ain't like fucking really take an L as far as like you kind of really just shit the bed and put too much money in and really lost and was in a predicament. It was more like a progressive loser, and then you got back up, and then you kind of Yeah, he went down a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the game, but I'm too much of a punk to really do
Off
that.
air, I'm
so
gonna ask you how much you hit.
okay, but just for yeah, that week love made me like, oh man, let me get my wits about me. Let me start doing like 50 cent and 2 leg.
You out here on a penny slot,
nigga. I was like, nigga, let me just get whatever's gonna make me $100 now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everything else too hot, but motherfucker be giving me the pick stuff.
For real.
Yeah.
They be on some cool shit. You got some shit in today?
Tonight? Yeah.
What, NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you started doping gambling?
Yeah, of course, yeah. When you wake up in the middle of the night or wake up in the morning.
That ain't dope gambling.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Okay, because I'm like.
Absolute dope gambling is waking up at 3 o'clock. Because, you got to get your Korean baseball and your Japanese baseball.
I mean, listen, I already came in the game on hockey. Like, I'm like.
Hockey, conventional. You can name 10 hockey teams.
I mean.
And you name the best handball player in the world.
Man, I'm not that. Hey, man, all right, I'm not that. You don't come but I'm finding
this. You don't get here.
Nigga, they got competitive juggling, nigga. I might have to bet on that.
on FanDuel?
They got a nigga. It ain't on FanDuel, but I just heard of this.
Man, listen, they got table tennis on that motherfucker. They got.
Let me. I'm
gonna tell you how sick I was.
I don't want to.
Let me tell you how sick I am. I was frantically searching ESPN for lacrosse scores the other day. I don't even know. I found a link. Listen, man, they be having that shit a little net thing, and my team needed 1 point, and this motherfucker flinged it to the other team, nigga. That's the only proper way I can call that 65 goddamn game.
He swung it, nigga.
But I'm on the rugby shit, man. It's a disease. It's a disease.
Yeah, I'm not that. I can't. I gotta go kind of with what I know, because I'm not one to always just believe what other niggas think is gonna happen or no forecast, especially so. It's
crazy because it's so fucking 50-50.
Yeah,
especially if you're playing spreads, either above 6 or nothing.
Oh
it's either or, and I like it better than like a lottery, like the scratch off.
No, for sure. I said the same thing today.
I feel like I got a real hand in what the fuck gonna happen.
Now I know a nigga who hit the Powerball the other day. Where I work with.
He hit the Powerball. The Powerball.
Not the one, nigga. He hit a lot of numbers to where he got like over 10 bands. So I was
Powerball is myth. Powerball ain't even real.
Yeah.
That's a hustle.
You saw it?
You can't make me believe somebody to be getting
He's been to El Dorado.
600 million.
The legends are true.
That's fucked up.
Legend has it. A man could win money from scratching a ticket with a coin.
It's scary just like that.
Yeah.
It's scary just
like
that.
But I quit that shit because of the FanDuel. I was like, because once I really started realizing the reality and what was hitting, because I was watching a nigga scratch off by rolls, because I always wanted to buy a roll and be like, man, I can at least hit for what I made. It got to be one winner in the whole roll.
You talking about the scratch off? You know what?
And I watched the videos of niggas doing that with the low ones and expensive ones, and they not even getting, you be lucky to get 2/3 of what you spend on the roll.
This might be some hater shit, but I think off-brand niggas be hitting scratch-off tickets.
It's a lot of them just lurking around.
The reason why I say that, because I be hating. Like, I'm like, why? It's like a pretty girl letting a lame fuck.
They be sitting. Like, for real.
I came up in the air when lottery tickets was $1.
They still is, the ones I get.
And you can win $6 off of them.
500 max.
Hey man, I nigga be like,
with taxes probably too.
Hey, buying a $20 lottery ticket, man. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Fucking kind of parlays I could have had.
Nigga, I found a bag of $20 scratch offs, and nigga, I fucking left them at work, and it was over.
Listen, man, we ain't gonna talk about failures today.
All right, man.
One more thing before we move on to some Grand Theft Auto real life type of shit. What have you been watching? And I ask you that because I want to tell you about a show just in case you haven't been watching. You haven't told me about a show called From, have you?
Nope.
You got Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Go in there and watch.
FROM.
And that's to debunk all notions that black people can't spell. Yes, FROM. Check that shit out. That show is fucking incredible.
Okay.
The second season just started.
Nice.
We watched the first 2 episodes of that last night, but it's good. It's good as hell. You have to check it out. You might want to snuggle up against somebody because it gets kind of scary at certain points. And I don't know how your testicular fortitude is. No disrespect.
What month is this? May? Okay. No, I really ain't. I was really wrapped up. I finished that Severance shit.
The what?
Severance that I was talking about last week on Apple TV. They got a new season coming soon. Like, I'm late. This was an old season from a minute ago, but they got a new one coming. But I'm still watching that fucking Bel Air, the second season. And, you know,
I ain't get into that shit.
I'm giving it. I gave it a chance, and there was some things that I did like, and there was, of course, things that I didn't like how they always got to push their little agendas a little bit. But it was, and there was a couple cast and faux pas. But I mean, for the most part, I just like to watch they serious, kind of more serious take on the show and how they doing it. It's more like a journey for me, like seeing how they gonna do this in this different way. Yeah. It's the same reason motherfuckers go watch these live action Disney movies.
Are people doing
it? Yeah, that's why they made the fucking Little Mermaid with the black girl or whatever. Like, why the fuck do you know what the fuck it was about already? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just as dumb. I'm not going to see that. I've never seen any of them, like the Aladdin with Will Smith or none of that shit.
I ain't never seen them like the regular Little Mermaid.
Yeah, no, we was programmed thoroughly in school. So I watched them all. I was seeing them all in English, and then I learned French starting in kindergarten. So they made us watch.
You know French?
Disney. Yeah.
Oui. That's all I got for you.
Oui.
That's all I got, nigga.
And so they made us watch the fucking Disney movies in French because they knew we knew all the words to the fucking Disney movies. So it was an easy way to help teach.
Where you learn French at, man? In the main street of Chicago?
Yeah, I went to a magnet school. It is what they refer to a classical school, I guess is what it was.
Did they chase you like when you get off the bus and shit? They chase you home?
Nah.
Get that fag. That's how they be, man.
Look at that faggot nerd learning.
Yeah.
I definitely went to summer enrichment programs too. Niggas try to teach me German.
Look at that Adolf Hitler ass nigga.
All right, that's all they go say. Nigga. That shit funny, but yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Okay.
I think
I'm gonna hold you to it.
One of the.
If it turns into fucking what the fuck is that shit? No, Pussy Valley.
You watch that?
Nah, I'm just saying if it turns into that. But no, I know you wouldn't refer me no bullshit like that, so I'm gonna check it out.
You got that right. Anything been going on in your home front as far as your favorite occupation? Tickling people, making them laugh?
We actually moving into a new season, so it's a lot more outdoor shows starting to happen. So I'm gonna start taking part more in those in the local scene here. But that's really
chicken and waffles.
This is a transition. No shout out to that weird community. It's transition period.
Yeah. Hey man, you really was a pioneer in that shit, but we ain't gonna get in that anymore.
Yeah.
Than we have to. I remember though, man. You was there for me. Wasn't nobody else there. Me, you, and Joy. There's been some weird shit going on, man. I think they up in the instance of what this gun violence is. Do what thou will ideology. This world that we in, where people just out here running rampant, just doing some of the weirdest, most strange shit.
Are we talking specifically here or everywhere?
Yeah, well, it's some here, then it's everywhere.
Okay.
I believe
it was expected here for me.
I don't think it's no more microcosms. I think the world is the world now. The world being made so small by the internet.
Reflection
like everybody, it ain't where now you go to Atlanta, see this hoes everywhere. It ain't just go to California, see people get shot. People get shot everywhere. You know what I'm saying? How we was bought up and shit back in the hay. But I said this because it says that the IMPD released body cam footage from a March officer shooting a carjacker. It was actually a shootout, I believe. The body cam video shows shooting can be accessed here, which they have the video. The 911's call came on March the 29th. Shout out to Destiny, her birthday. When the suspect, 33-year-old Michael Barnes, ran a red light on the intersection of Georgetown and 56th Street, incidentally, which isn't too far from where we're located at now. We missed a good show. He hit another car, headed into me, and jumped out and carjacked the woman. You cannot tell me this is Barnes. This has to be CJ, and this has to not be on 56 Georgetown. This has to be San Andreas.
Not Franklin. This CJ.
Yeah, I'm vintage. The man calling 911 said he allowed her to grab her child out the vehicle. This is a gentleman jacker. This nigga had morals into what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Please get the baby out.
And grab that pastor. I don't want to hear no crying.
Don't forget the milk.
Surveillance videos from a public safety camera at the intersection shows Barnes jump out and point his handgun at the woman to steal her car.
You should have pointed that. Never mind.
He should have yelled out, "I'm going here to reprocure your vehicle." If that's what they used to say in the 80s, when Axel Foley used to get the shit from the city, "I'm going to reprocure your vehicle," when they chasing the bad guys. Because this is a fucking. Can you like what the fuck do you like? You wake up and be like, "I'm gonna have a great day. No negativity, positive vibes only." Next thing you know, you carjacking a bitch. Next thing you know, you carjack.
He was very positive. You can be positive and doing some negative shit.
Can you?
Yeah, you can have a good attitude while you're doing some fucked up shit.
He did give her the baby.
He said, "Hey, get that fucking baby out the car, please."
That make perfect sense.
Please.
And he said, "Please," with a cherry on top. Minutes after the officer got an idea of the stolen Impala, police found Barnes driving on 67th Street and Cooper Road. Barnes chased through the neighborhood, reaching speeds up to 80 miles per hour. He went south on Kessler to I-65, where on the ramp Barnes got out to pull his gun on officers. I wonder what made him get tired of driving. Like, I was just wanting to regularly just pull my gun out and shit. I'm done driving.
Nah, that nigga ain't had no gas. Gas was high as fuck at the time of the crime.
This was a stolen car.
Well, the lady didn't have no gas. She got a baby.
This was the 29th, so welfare checks was spent. Look at that racial profiling.
Yeah, a couple days later, we had 2 more days till we get it.
IPMD officer Yo and Hankins, that sounds so fucking theatrical. Yo and Hankins were right behind him on the chase and seeing Barnes step out with the gun, the officers opened fire. Body cam, I gotta watch this video. Unfortunately, I haven't watched this video.
I didn't.
Body camera video shows the officer firing multiple shots at Barnes. Barnes falls to the ground, then officers gather to move in and arrest him. This can be seen from a different angle because an anonymous driver submitted their dash cam video to IMPD for right when they were driving down I-65 during the incident. Barnes survived the shooting. His court case is still. Damn, can you imagine surviving this stupid shit? When you pull out, nigga, you thinking like I'm holding court in the streets and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? You really will. I'm sure doing them 80 miles per hour and shit. You're like, "Mama, I love you. I'm never gonna see you again." To Mama, can you give us a commissary? You know what I'm saying?
Dumb.
IMPD says no officers or uninvolved citizens were hurt during the shootout. 2 separate investigations have opened into the shooting. One is by the IMPD's critical incident response team. The other is by an independent one by IMPD's internal affairs, which I'm an expert in internal affairs. What they happen, they tell you put your badge, your gun here, and you suspend it without pay, and you stay out of trouble.
Yeah, you're a liability to the force, a loose cannon, that type.
Then they go without their badge, and they go save the day. And then we found out the IA officer was really on the bad guys team the whole time.
Yep.
This I know what's going to happen in this shit.
Movie.
On everything. The Marion County Prosecutor Office is consulting into the investigation of the criminal process. The shooting were reviewed by civilian majority use of force review board.
Right.
I agree with that kind of shit, though. I think that the police shouldn't be the ultimate police. I think the community should police the police.
That was just interesting.
I think it should be something where it's a community thing.
Never
the police shouldn't be the judge and the jury in every situation. From what I can gather here, I don't see those dudes being fucked up at all. What happened? You?
Nah, not really.
And you know what? This type of behavior didn't start in Indianapolis, and it didn't stop.
That's
a little bit more. I think they was doing this shit to a beat in our next story.
Yeah.
I thought of Assad when I read this. I was like, man, I hope he went at Assad's job or some shit like that.
Man.
You know, you get old where you hear some dangerous shit. Yes, he would.
He wouldn't be in that situation.
Assad would have just wandered in there looking for a blunt.
All right. I was just here. I didn't know there was gunfire. Shout out to Assad.
Shout out. That nigga fresh off his Ramadan face.
Let's see what we got here. Police said they have what happened? Oh yeah, they captured a suspect in Atlanta.
Hold on, they apprehended, nigga. We're gonna use police words right here. Have you ever apprehended somebody?
Police allegedly apprehended a
Have you ever
suspect.
apprehended somebody?
I've never captured anybody.
You captured the flag?
I've apprehended my
Have
dog when he ran out the house.
I'm about to start apprehending shit.
Nah, I'm gonna go apprehend these Jordans, nigga. No, that's definitely a crime. Whatever apprehend means, it means taken. I think.
I thought you was gonna steal the Jordan shit when you said that.
Exactly. See, that's why I'm like, I don't want to apprehend that.
Yeah.
Police say they have apprehended a man who allegedly opened fire inside. Right. So they say. Inside the waiting room of an Atlanta medical facility, killing one woman and injuring 4 others Wednesday. Authorities had swarmed the city's bustling midtown neighborhood earlier in the day in search of the suspect, who fled after the shooting. Police said in a statement that the gunman, who they identified as 24 Deion Sanders, Patterson, was captured Wednesday evening. Authorities did not immediately release additional information about where Patterson was found. Authorities said Patterson stole a vehicle and drove away after shooting 5 women on the 11th floor of a North Side medical building shortly after noon. Damn. Fucked up morning. The facility is in a commercial area filled with office towers and high-rise apartments, and the news of the shooting prompted workers and lunchgoers to shelter in place for hours. Fuck nah, I'm leaving. The police chief said a 39-year-old woman was pronounced dead at the scene of the shooting, and 4 injured victims were also women. 25, 39, 56, and 71. Damn, what that 71-year-old lady do?
Whoa, that got a wide range of beef.
He said, "This is what you did in the past for what you did in the past," and then he went to the 25-year-old and said, "This is what you're gonna do in the future."
What if he is on some shit where like he came from the future? He like John Connor, he was trying to save us from what the fuck's coming. Like he knew these bitches was gonna birth the Antichrist.
Well, he failed because he did not terminate them.
I was gonna say it's an abortion clinic, but there ain't no 71-year-old in there digging on her pussy with a hangman. Because they being real vague, man. They said Northside Medical Building. Let's be honest.
It's not a hospital?
They said medical building.
Oh, okay. Well, hours after the shooting, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens told reporters the surviving victims are fighting for their lives at Grady Hospital. Why the fuck would you say that on the news? They survived. He clearly tried to kill these bitches.
He got away.
Huh?
He got caught.
I'm being shit. Somebody could retaliate.
Like, so you think it's like,
they gonna say they right over here, y'all. If y'all didn't finish, if you had a partner, come over here.
They ain't vet that shit, did they?
Patterson's mother, it could have been his mama coming to avenge him. Patterson's mother, Mrs. Patterson, told what the fuck is this, mignon?
Hey nigga, it is like you said. We would not disrespect her. She had enough today.
By the press, they told her that her son, a former Coast Guardsman, had some mental.
What's wrong with these Army niggas, man?
They like to dress it up too.
He was a Coast Guardman.
They said her son,
he lost his sea legs.
A former. He's trying to take theirs. A former Coast Guardsman has some mental instability going on from medication he received from the VA health system that he began taking on Friday. Damn. She said she didn't know where her son was. She said her son wanted what? Ativan. Oh, that's the fucking drug. Ativan to deal with anxiety and depression, but that VA wouldn't give it to him because they said it would be too addicting. She's a nurse and said she told them he would have only taken the proper dosage because he listened to me in every way.
That's what
said. Every junkie mom.
He is where he at. No, that's why he got that woman spirit on. He reacted.
He would have listened to me. Those families, she said, starting to sob.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I know that's how she said. Oh Lord, that's my mom would have said.
They're hurting because they wouldn't give my son his damn Ativan.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So he was in there looking. This nigga was in there looking, trying to rob the dope house. He was trying to kick in the. He thought he was at the trap. This nigga went for pills, didn't he? Let's call it what it is, because she just told us that this nigga was on the bench. He was tweaking. He was going there for some dope.
Hey, Maybe.
Is that how it sounds? She said he didn't get his pills.
Yep.
And people don't understand, like, we're making light of it.
She said they wouldn't listen to me, too. Yep.
So she that person who she want to make sure they know she was right.
Yeah.
If y'all to listen
literally,
to
that's what it is.
y'all listen to me, Agnes when it got shot. Because that's what that 71-year-old lady named her name, Agnes. Why do they call her? Man, he was at the Laura Medical Group Midtown. I'm a researcher at heart. I found it, and it's a beautiful building. Right. This building didn't deserve this tainted reputation that it now has. And what if, only one person died, didn't it?
Yeah, one person died, 4 injured.
So you know what this means? Like now, the ghost or the spirit of that person trapped in the hospital. We got a haunted hospital situation now on our hands. Can't no nigga come in the hospital again with a hoodie on without getting haunted. That's how it is, man. I know how this shit go. Like, what if we in a movie, man? What if we start viewing this shit? We start deducing or reducing these things to just cinematic things. It's a sad situation, which he conceivably could have been on some medication.
This nigga got away. No, they killed him.
No, they got him. He in custody.
Where the fuck is? Okay.
The headline, nigga. What the headline say?
I guess they did. Because the way they tell the story in the story, I'm like, nigga.
I think that it's an updated version. Yeah. What the headline say on here?
Police capture suspect in Atlanta medical facility.
Look, man, people be underrating how impactful prescription medicine is.
It's
that
all
shit had these niggas out here going.
Opioids for sure.
Yeah, just give me a Tylenol.
That's how barely that.
And I'm gonna tell you one more thing before we move on. This is why they joined the Coast Guard. And speaking of panda.
The Coast Guard.
Who fly? Air Force. Coast Guard be out there make sure you don't get no dope and shit from here to you can't Frank Lucas your way to the top no more. No more heroin and cadavers.
Yeah, man, I guess, nigga. They the one niggas stopping party boats before they go to international waters, and that's what they bringing them niggas in when it's a pandemic to tell niggas stay in the house and state of emergencies, shit like that to keep your ass in control. Cause I'm like, nigga, what else do they do?
Do you think that's a tough job?
What's the difference between them and the National Guard?
National Guard,
this is the same?
The Coast Guard is out on the coast.
Nigga, I know that, but
the National Guard, they do shit like standing around telling niggas not to move doing right.
Oh, so maybe I'm confusing the two then.
National Guard, that's what juvie in. Where you just train once every month and shit, and you down there handle like local shit. You like a reserve.
You an MP.
Yeah, you a reserve.
You the niggas in 18 that they used to beat the fuck up?
Yeah, on everything. On everything. Hey, but it's a reserve on.
Okay.
Like niggas on deck.
I'm learning on the show.
Them niggas be going to war though.
Yeah, no, they definitely caught their ass. I heard about that.
Yeah, that's one of the little memes and shit. I thought I was getting charged, and now I'm in Afghanistan. A more dangerous job than the Army has to be a flight attendant. Would you agree or disagree? There's a lot of shit that goes on. Every day you get up in the sky and shit, you got to deal with people. It might be a terrorist, might be a drunk pilot, might be a belligerent fan, might be a faded rap star. In this particular case, designer.
Not a famous rap star.
I said fading.
Oh, fading. I'm sorry.
Is officially facing designer is officially facing legal trouble for exposing himself on an airplane. Now, by exposing, it wasn't like ripping off a mask and I'm designer, I'm the rapper that you don't know, but you heard my song before. It's me. It wasn't that. It was something more nefarious. The feds, this is the feds. I think anything you do in the sky is a federal case.
Oh, yes.
That little girl who was jumping, kicking people. He said, hold my beer, I got something even more spectacular. The feds say he masturbated in front of flight attendants mid-flight and seemed pretty nonchalant about it. This nigga was like, hey, what time y'all bringing the peanuts over here? Hey, how much? When can we take these seatbelts off?
He was trying to play like he was scratching his leg, like, so what's on the
what kind of drinks y'all got? They said nonchalant. Let's dig out. It's like, sir, yeah. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, the rappers being charged with indecent exposure and the paperwork sheds more light on last week's bizarre incident, saying he had his penis out while sitting in first class of a Delta flight, was masturbating with it When you pay as much as they pay for first class flights on Delta, I think that a man has a right to pleasure himself.
Masturbate himself is what they like to say.
Flight attendants allegedly tell. What you say?
I don't know why they say he was masturbating himself.
Can you masturbate another person? Is that the more clinical term instead of like you should see?
It's just manual stimulation. Then
your girl tell you that I masturbated you. She don't say I jacked you up. I masturbated you.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's
it might be, man. It might not be sexy, but that's what it might be.
I might have to holler at Merriam-Webster and them niggas.
You got her Urban Dictionary. Flight attendants allegedly told him multiple times to stop, and he eventually was taken to the back of the plane where he was monitored by two of his friends.
You still going?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
I thought I told you the first time I passed.
Hey, man, listen. I'll come back in here. You buried a dick up.
But you walked away from me, so I seen your ass, so I couldn't stop. And it made me more horny every time you walk away.
Now, listen. I didn't know. Oh, that's funny. I was going to stop, but the way that motherfucker was jiggling that blue
Stop walking away from me. Walk away backwards.
The way you pushing that cart, I've never been so fucking enticed. This is the part that fucking bought. First off, they told him a couple times to stop. This is when they enter criminal and mental to like now you mentally ill, nigga. This ain't indecent like I thought. You scared.
Eye contact and shit.
Now I'm gonna tell you what really bothers me. If you, because you're the famous comedian, our favorite comedian,
okay,
you done hit a lick, but you only hit a lick that was sufficient for yourself, and you said, "Let's go somewhere." So I get on the plane with you. I'm in economy, and like C80 something. You up in first class. And they remember they saw me on the plane, getting on the plane with you. And I say, hey, man, I'll be up here in 15 minutes when we get off the plane. For them to come back there and wake me up in my uncomfortable seat and tell me, hey, excuse me, sir, can you give me free up here, jacket off? You come and get him.
No, I don't know if they're going to wake you up.
They woke up as two friends.
They did?
They came and got, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know if they were asleep. But they went and got the two. You ain't see that shit?
They
hold on, man. Listen, they said then he was taken to the back of the plane where he was monitored by two of his friends.
Oh, see, I skipped right over that.
Man, hold on,
all I saw was he dropped a jar of Vaseline when he was switching seats.
This nigga, hold on. First off, we gonna get to that nigga. But just that point right there. How do you respond to, hey, man, come over here, little Jordan's got his nigga.
Come on, man. You doing it again? Again? Nigga, how many times? They told you 3 times, bro. You just, what he say? What he say when you told him? Tell him stop.
I'll turn it to Peter. Nigga, no, I don't know that nigga.
Man,
I'm not admitting to knowing you at that point.
I'll be like, man, y'all should tell him to stop.
We did. He said he would only listen if you say it.
Hey,
he said
stop.
Hey, the FBI affidavit says the jar of Vaseline dropped into the alley. He was getting us what you see, because this is what it is. Check it off. I ain't jack off, nigga. I'm be jacking off and I ain't got no fat. That's like your pistol falling out, nigga.
So you're gonna hear some things about me masturbating.
You got on Twitter. Hey,
you gonna say that to them to their face.
After landing in Minneapolis, authorities say they spoke with designer who told them it all happened because he didn't really get much.
Cootie.
Like, hold on, and they dotted that shit. Because he didn't get that much.
Alleged cootie.
While in Japan. And was brick hard when he got on the plane. So I could imagine what he's doing. He's looking at them little bitty ass Asians and shit. Them tiny titties, them tiny eyes and tiny asses. And he just couldn't wait. And they say, no. First off, I'll be shocked if a motherfucker in Japan know who he is. He could have been anybody he wanted to.
They didn't.
He could have told him Kendrick Lamar. He could have told him that he was Drake because they don't know. We all look alike. But this nigga, listen, can you imagine like that being your story? I know what it feel like to be brick hard sitting around with Vaseline that you ain't getting none. I understand all that part. I can say this emphatically. I've never been horny in the sky.
That's a long flight.
My dick has never been long as fuck. My dick has never been brick hard in the sky.
It's a lay down flight too.
And like, how do you get the Vaseline out of his bed? Like, he had to stand up and get the Vaseline out of his shit because he ain't carry the Vaseline in there unless he had it in his drink when he got on.
He had to really be going at it, nigga, because first class kind of like spacious a little bit.
That nigga probably like had a seat on like one of her arms.
Nah, this nigga over here like,
Hey, listen, don't do that. Don't do that.
Exaggerated.
You gonna be a stunt double in his life story.
Exaggerated. They like, what are you doing, sir? Is something wrong with your seatbelt? Oh! He's like this.
Kicking a glance.
This.
According to the doc, designer said he was aroused by the, as you said, flight attendant and kind of showed her. Wait a minute, kind of showed her. Oh my gosh, is this real?
This is TMZ, man.
But is this real? Are they quoting him? The magic stick?
Yeah.
This thing even got outdated sexual references.
Thinking it would give her encouragement.
She did something.
That nigga say,
Did
look, she smirked, she giggled.
Okay.
She smirked or like did something like, oh, you crazy.
He missed
you crazy. Niceness. She hit him with it. You crazy.
You silly. You don't remember me? Panda.
You still got that motherfucker out?
What if she only 22 and she ain't never heard Panda a day in her life?
No, by the way, Panda, nigga, they on a flight from Japan.
By the way, that's funny, nigga. Ooh, that's fucked up. By the way, the designer claimed he wasn't under the influence, saying he was prescribed meds in Thailand, but had been taken. No, nigga.
Viagra?
They cool. They blue chewing.
They gave me tiger penis.
That nigga.
They gave me shark fin.
He said, this me. He said, oh, don't be Mr. Don't be. I know you are Chris Hansen.
What you doing?
I call you Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
According to the docs, he didn't appear to be impaired during the interview with the FBI.
Oh, God.
He made a statement. I'm going to read this statement.
Yeah, please do. I didn't see this.
For the past few months, I've not been okay, and I've been struggling to come to terms with what is going on. While overseas for a concert I performed at, I had to be admitted to a hospital. I was not thinking clearly. They gave me some meds, which turned out to be blue chews. And I had to hop on the plane and go home. I'm ashamed of my actions that happened on that plane. That's what he's ashamed of. My actions that happened on that plane. I landed back to the States, and I am admitting myself in a facility to help me. A facility. I will be canceling all of my shows and any obligation until further notice. Mental health is real, guys. Please pray for me. If you're not feeling like yourself, please get help. First off, I've never had a hard dick and didn't feel normal. That's one. For two,
first of all,
y'all gonna quit acting like nigga wanting to fuck is mentally ill. Just tell these motherfuckers you was indecent and you was a sick motherfucker.
I'm just saying he came back immediately and admitted himself to a facility that was full of strippers. What the fuck are you gonna do to fix that? He was horny, nigga. That was. He said that too. He said that. Now he's talking about mental health.
Without him saying there's a level of mental illness in this somewhere. There's some fucking level of mental illness in here somewhere.
Nigga, I'll be feeling sick too when I'm starting to see all these fat asses out here with these tights starting to pop up because it's springtime.
But are you mentally ill?
I be feeling like it, but I'm like, no.
All right, listen.
I'm a man, and this is natural.
Nut, nigga. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, no, I feel sick, man.
You mentally ill.
I do. I'll be like, man, I shouldn't be. This is ridiculous.
This could have been me.
I'm an old nigga pervert now.
No, you ain't old till you start sniffing seats. And getting weird
sniffing seats.
Hell yeah,
I'm not doing that.
You telling bitch I like your ankle socks. Like you start giving weird compliments and shit. You get them from the dollar store. I seen a couple pair like that.
I saw it at Five Below. So you shopping Five Below?
Hell yeah. Can you let me watch you take them off and put them back on?
And thus came OnlyFans, nigga.
Everything.
I'll be watching this bitch blink a lot. $5.
Hey, you heard a blink fetish. But he's sick though, man. I'm glad he's gonna get some help. Where do you go though when you this sick? Like where do you go? Like where's help? Have you ever seen a commercial for this? Like have you been to Japan? You see a flight dependent? Huh? It did get hard. What do you do? Like where do you go?
You don't. I mean, he's probably gonna go to. He'd say he hadn't been getting none. That's not a sexual therapy thing.
He didn't say he had me. He said he didn't get none in Japan.
Oh, so he is a sex addict, probably. Yeah.
Oh, no, what define sex addict?
I can't. I can't, man. Maybe he got some very perverse addictions and feels that he cannot continue his normal daily routines until he comes. And I'm trying to figure out what it is too, because I'm like, that nigga just forgot to bust one before he got on the plane so he could sleep.
Man, let's talk about this real quick. real quick. First off, I don't even know who this person is. This Ebony young lady named Ebony K. Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody no more. People just say people famous, and I'm like, okay.
Right.
Fame is so fleeting. Fame is so fleeting. I won't even go to the details of this article, so it's gonna be out of context, I'm sure. But this is a young lady who's a 39-year-old from North Carolina. She's on Housewives, one of the Housewives shows.
Definitely not relevant.
I think it might be Housewives of Plainfield.
Of niggers. If that's a thing. Niggers don't get married.
She on one of the Housewives shows. I had it on deck. Real Housewives of New York City.
Okay.
And she said, and she doubled down on refusing to date a bus driver. Average will never be good enough. People are upset with that statement right there. She said, I would never date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus. If he was a man of integrity, if he was too good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. That's what somebody else said. Hold on.
And she basically saying that, like, if
she said she only fuck with him if you on the bus.
Yeah. He's not fucking with no bus driver unless he on the bus. And I'm like, how do he get to own the bus?
And Ayana said, we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of building together. Right. I can build with a bus driver. However, she know that I have my little stash on the side and my prenup, but I can still build with a bus driver.
Definitely.
Ayana, she one of the ladies who get old and get wise. I heard her on a statement saying she could deal with a man who had side women, as long as she knew. Mm-hmm. She get older, she get her wisdom. She still made a silly statement and rebutting this. First of all, what do you think about her statement in this regard?
Of course, I'm gonna say I think it's ridiculous, but I understand it from a certain standpoint. After you've been, I think it's more a result of her dealing with motherfuckers that ain't shit, and she feeling like she the bus driver. Really is what it is, and so she like, and I'm gonna kind of say I meet motherfuckers who feel like this the same way. Like they like, man, yo, my partner can't be making less than XYZ amount in order for it to be worthwhile for me to be in a relationship, and I kind of feel that shit too, because a relationship really is kind of a business. You got to be good business partners, and
it's a relationship of business.
Yeah, it kind of is that. You got to be a good business partner and be able to communicate well, just like in a good business. But the love aspect of it make you not fire the motherfucker you're in a relationship with. And I made this as a joke at Gutty's one time because it was a clean comedy show. Yeah. But I'm like, it really is a fucking, like, your kids your kids is the boss, really. And y'all in this business, unless you don't got kids, then you could be part-time and doing whatever the fuck you want.
It's a team job.
Yeah, but I get it, because I got certain expectations, but you can't just expect a motherfucker to come like that. And you want a motherfucker to support you, you got to be able to support them. It's always a richer and poorer if y'all talking about that marriage shit, for real. So whatever if that's your vows, you got to make XYZ amount of money to fuck with me, cool. But like, you sound goofy as hell. Really, you talking about building with a motherfucker, but then you talking about squirreling away bread and prenups and shit.
That was Ayana talking. That's some weirdo
Well,
shit.
I mean, just just it even being brought up in this context, I'm like, y'all, this all sound dumb. I don't think y'all really know what y'all want. Y'all say y'all want this thing, and everybody know. Well, not everybody. It's kind of standard things that go into that, but y'all saying a lot of the things that's required for it to be successful, y'all not willing to do. And these is like emotional things too. And y'all like, nope, I don't give a fuck about no love. And I'm like, I get that. Love don't pay the bills. But like, it sounds quite ridiculous for somebody you trying to build something long term with. Now, if he a bus driver that's making bad decisions in life, or making bad, important, vital decisions, then yeah, he can't steer your ship, and you probably will see that as a sign of weakness. But if he's trying to build towards something, you gotta acknowledge that and support that. Otherwise, your shit is.
You ever seen a bus driver become something better?
Yes.
Like what?
My uncle was a bus driver in Chicago. And I mean, it's all relative speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I ain't gonna say a bus driver is a shitty job because them niggas get cake. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Depending on where you drive.
All the bus drivers I know, they end up doing this shit till they retire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get cake. Yeah, I had one go from my uncle would go from bus driver to like fire chief. So I guess that would be looked at as more of a success story. But I know another one that became a comedian too. But he works for the city, so I don't know. It's relative, man. Yeah. It's what you.
That's it right there. It's relative. It's relative. There's no right or wrong.
She can't put that on him like he's not successful.
And because for one, you define your own success.
Exactly.
The thing I don't like the uproar. For one, this is weird. Like this is where we at. That this is news. A person's
it ain't news.
A person it's news. We talking about.
It's just a fun topic.
I'm talking about for them. They're going hammer over it. They still say they're going ham. But hey, I'm no longer Big Willie. Call you William. It's not ham. It's hammer. But it's weird how people like on the outside can scrutinize what somebody else want to do with their life and decision that they make.
Yeah.
If she don't want to date a bus driver, then the only people should be offended is niggas who's driving the bus.
Yeah, you out the pool.
It's like when you get criticizing this, you criticizing like what a nigga want. I don't like fat bitches. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Same thing.
You discriminating.
This is your individual choice. You know what I'm saying? She know what she likes. She don't want a nigga who drive the bus.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how people get upset with that. It's like I don't want a girl who ride a forklift.
She don't want to settle for less.
You got anything like any occupation you wouldn't deal with? Would you do? I want a stripper.
Yeah, that's really probably the main one. Prostitute is the world's oldest profession too. I don't want a prostitute.
You take a girl on a forklift?
A forklift is okay. Forklift drivers are starting off for $20 depending on where they work. Starting off.
You wouldn't feel uncomfortable if you was like, you go to a girl house, you look on her dresser, and you see that certification for forklift, then you look at the ground, you see the Wolverine boots, and you see the safety vest hanging out the closet.
Nah, nigga, unless it was some.
You want you a fucking construction bitch.
It probably, unless it was some Marlboro, a park of Marlboros that a company.
Yeah, hold on, there's a Marlboro in a regular jean pockets on the floor.
Unless it was some muscles and weathered skin, no. I'm not fucking with that. It sounds like that's what's gonna come next.
I say that. This is why I say this though. No slight to them.
Yeah.
It's a thing to where I think like, damn. Unless you actually like doing this shit, unless you a hands-on nigga type woman, where you want to get out here, why you ain't typing? Why you ain't answering phones? Why you working around, seeing so much shit? Why are you in a warehouse full of niggas? That's what turns me off. You see what I'm saying? Why are you around niggas all day? Somebody gonna hit you on lunch. Eventually. You have a work husband in places like this. You say, if you decent looking and you working in a warehouse, you don't think it's gonna be arduous journey to get home unfucked. It's gonna be tough to get home every day unfucked. You disagree? Especially if y'all get into it. Then that nigga at work who always be talking about some, you gonna eat lunch with me in my car. Next thing you know, she eat a little bit more than lunch in the car. It's the environment.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't think God. Maybe. I want to say that. I would think something like that, like in a construction
warehouse. Do you think it's hard for girls to work in warehouses or production place to be faithful to their man?
Depending on how they coming in that motherfucker. If they coming in there with the stretchy pants, then probably.
You get fucked in a snowsuit, nigga.
Nah, I mean, it depends on how it's presentable. Now, for real, if you coming in that bitch looking like a mummy and shit, like looking like rags and shit. Like, it's only gonna be like one or two niggas that's gonna see the potential, because it's always a nigga that see the potential. But yeah, no, I don't think it's really that. It just depends on where and what kind it is. Honestly,
kind of what?
A warehouse it is.
What kind of warehouse where 10 niggas gonna try to all talk to the same girl?
Well, I mean, it's more like the type of circumstance that you in at the job. Like if they in places where they constantly kind of communicate with each other, it's constant chattering. But if you on forklifts, like doing order picking or something like that, you're not really close to another motherfucker. You isolated in your forklift until it's I see you at break or whatever.
Okay, say she crashed into some shit, and now she on forklift to her drug test come back. Now she got to walk up and down with the common niggas.
Now she gotta try to fuck them because her job on the line, nigga.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
No.
Man, listen, I don't know if you heard about this. We didn't talk about these weirdos before. The Brat and the Judy girl.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I always say Jessica. I don't know. I think all Big Booty Judy. I don't know these people. I know the Brat went for when she was a heat rapper.
Yeah.
I know Brat when she was a young man. Now she's pregnant. Listen, they of course, the Brat got pregnant. I don't know if you're familiar with this story, but they did the
allegedly.
Yeah, that could just be that gut. Hey, you know it's crazy because you gotta describe her stomach as a gut till the baby come out. Cause she a nigga. You never say a girl you got your gut. You know what I'm saying? You see you got a big stomach.
Yeah.
We call her a gut. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? So they said that, and it's another thing where people get upset at.
They say,
and it's crazy because they highlighting the fact that
she didn't have a baby yet. I forgot. Okay.
No, the whole story is they went and got a white man as a sperm donor.
Yeah, I know.
They said the black dude they seen looked like what? Looked terrible. A Jiminy Cricket. And so they chose a white man. So people all like, y'all just wanted a half breed. That's what they seen.
I'm surprised they didn't just wait to fucking even. How did that news even come out? Who was like, we gotta have a big baby up in there, y'all?
Man, they fucking
weirdos.
They a social experiment. This is a social experiment. They doing so many things to check people's temperature, see how upset, see how easily manipulated people are, see what can get them in a frenzy. In this particular case, you can't expect anything normal out of reprobate weirdos like them. The foundation of them is fucked up. And it's weird that people accept this like it's normal. Two, they look like Bebop and Rocksteady when you see them to each other, man.
Damn, boss.
Yeah, they some big girls, man. And
boss.
It's weird how people are like, we live in a weird ass place where we talking about two dykes and we complain about what man they chose to get them pregnant. Get her
That's
pregnant.
the first trick.
That is weird. This
to
is
make
some
you
weirdo
be like,
shit.
yo, make it be another issue so that the original fucking crazy thing was normalized. Good technique,
Ain't
right?
that crazy? That's crazy as fuck.
Pretty brilliant.
That's crazy.
They be like, we don't like trannies. Yeah, well, what about the bathrooms they're gonna use? I'm like, damn, yo.
Damn, man. Well, we do gotta go to the restroom.
Our kids gotta go to the bathroom. They took our job.
They start trying to make this. She hopped on Google, I imagine, trying to make like she was super smart. In response to the backlash she got, she said black men make up 5%
Twitter,
or less.
Google.
I don't know, but
I don't know which one.
Black men make up a 5% or less sperm donation pool.
That's
Once you put in your genetic testing, you'll be lucky to find one, if any. It's so fucking
lie.
ignorant, man.
That's a damn lie. You know how many niggas I know went beat off in that cup in college? Go ahead.
So as a mother of 3 beautiful black kids and even a black grandbaby, I want to clarify shit to avoid this storyline from continuing that we chose our donor off of looks and we did not want a black donor. Here's something that you should know. We had no idea going into that our chance of a black donor would be slim to none. Bitch, you could have got pregnant by John on the street.
All right.
We had no idea. Okay,
she did
that was
that
I was a carrier of so many disorders. Bitch, your cooch, you got a contaminated cooch. How many disorders you got to where by the time a baby come out your pussy is fucking retarded?
You definitely wasn't meant to reproduce. Take the sign.
Right.
Read the room, bitch.
That's our window. That our window was so slim and such high risk because of our age and 4. But why do a white man's sperm fix all that shit? You got all these disorders and you old as fuck. Like, why does a white man's sperm regulate your fucking body?
Because they never seen somebody that looked like a white Jiminy Cricket yet.
With my genetic testing, I'm the carrier of 4 disorders. I would not get a girl pregnant on new shit 4 disorders. That reduced our chances of a black donor down to 1%, and that 1% have very limited info portfolio to judge on, including, and she put this in capitals, background. What back? So she trying to act like this is pseudo smart right here. She being pseudo deep. She being secondhand smart. But this is like you can't expect reasonable or sensible responses to issues like this from people who start off in senseless situations. People are normalizing this shit in any way is weird as hell to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm not meant to get it.
So not.
Man.
You better the fuck not.
Your thoughts. Would you donate it to him? Would you give him your sperm? Hold on, take out the fact that you hit on FanDuel. Take that out the equation. You haven't hit on FanDuel in the
I got a future, bitch. Nah, man. I'm pretty. It was so funny, man. It's so funny how niggas got this type of opinion, but I'm niggas.
What you mean?
I'm not really with the whole donation of
babies
nut to random motherfuckers. Cause I'm that nigga who, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a confidence thing or a self. I don't know. Like me, I'm like, yo, I know I got good genes, nigga. So I'm not. I'd be damned if you go get the next LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. You bitch, you didn't do shit, but fucking you hit the baby lottery off my nut. Hell no, I'm not giving.
Don't no child diverse be raised in that house, nigga.
Bro. So, but really that part though. Doing that to I can't. It just don't sit well with me. I much rather bust into a rag than to give it to another hag.
Them bars, nigga.
Bars. But no, like I just thought about it. I'm like, damn, I'd rather just nut in some shit than to give it to a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? For money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. I thought about it really hard too. I was like, man, no pun intended. I was like, man, I should do this shit.
Design. Or 800 beans.
Oh, I should do this shit.
800 beans jack off of the jar.
And then you bust and you be like, I can't do that. What about the kids? So what about the future?
Clarity.
Yeah, they literally, I can't do that.
Man, listen, you can't see yourself. Nah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I really
This one more. If it was an upstanding family, I help them out.
Nah, you only getting my accidental shit. You're not getting the on purpose shit from me.
So Jason cannot see himself doing it. And speaking of cannot see.
Good way to end.
Man. A blind man is going viral after sharing his terrifying experience of being trapped in a closet. Trapped inside of an elevator at a Hampton Inn in Midtown Atlanta. Incidentally, this is where the clinic shooting happened. Perhaps this Black Murdoch, aka Black Daredevil,
he acted like he blind and was just sitting in the elevator for hours to escape.
What if he was Daredevil, nigga? He could have stopped this shit. Do we need a Black Murdoch?
Black Daredevil gonna be like, I heard that shit.
Say what? Ah!
That's it.
That's like the Coast Guard nigga. What if the Coast Guard nigga the villain and this is the hero and shit that you got yet to fucking meet? This shit is crazy. Mario Bonds, a blind journalist staying at the hotel during a business trip, says he was trapped in the elevator for 10 minutes because there was no braille on a touchscreen pad. A valet eventually figured out someone was stuck and came up to help, Bond says. However, when he went to management about it the next day, they said he should have figured out how to use the lawn. That's a black lady. That was a black lady. That was a black lady.
He should have figured out
that was a black lady because he went in with a lot of sass, a lot of sauce, a lot of blind motherfucking indignation. This motherfucker came in and said, where y'all? I couldn't see. And he started going off about it. And he was being very disrespectful. And she said, nigga, you don't need no braille to pull the alarm.
Yeah, it definitely happened like that.
Weeks later, elevator buttons still need to be updated following the Bond's viral video.
Weeks later?
Which sparked, cause nigga, blind people don't just walk in here, nigga. We ain't got that kind of budget and shit where we can build a ramp for your eyes, nigga. Should the hotel be held accountable for the lack of accessibility options? Yeah. The Shade Room investigation. Your thoughts? Should they be held accountable? When they say this is hold on, fuck that. Hold on. Because I thought this was in the article. Listen to this, nigga. This is sauce. It's every blind person's nightmare. Getting stuck in a place or situation without accessibility options to navigate their way out. That nightmare quickly became Bond's reality. during a recent business trip to Atlanta where he was set to interview R&B singer Navia. Clearly, he was on the fast track to nowhere for anyway. He was going nowhere fast, nigga.
He clearly couldn't see that there was no point.
Yeah.
Fucking
Listen, he couldn't see that this bitch is dated.
Definitely.
He couldn't see that her career is non-existent and no one wants to see her at
There's
all.
no point.
Including him. Listen, Navia.
Lil Wayne, baby mama.
He was on the 19th floor. How did he?
For 10 minutes, though, they said.
Why was he by himself going to the elevator?
And he just clapped some claps from cheeks.
That's fucked up. Like how he get in the elevator thing? Was it Braille on the outside, nigga?
No, it's probably one button on the on the outside. Floor? No, on the outside.
So you think he said skip
he hit
the top,
that button like no, you got in there, the doors open up. Like it's probably 2 buttons like standard on the outside.
Why wouldn't you just start pushing any button?
Then when he go inside and he starts feeling for it, the doors close.
But why wouldn't he just push any button?
Why would he?
Why wouldn't he?
It's touchscreen. He don't know if he pressing it.
Oh, it was touchscreen?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Because I was like, because when I first read it, I was like,
technology instructing.
I'm like, nigga, you could have felt them buttons, but I was like, oh, it ain't them type of buttons. You gotta type in like the code on that motherfucker or the number of the floor on the screen, but with the buttons on the. Yeah, I was just like, yeah.
He gonna get a lawsuit.
There was a button.
That's a lawsuit.
They're gonna be like, hey, in all fairness, we had a little notch on the 5 or whatever the one is in the middle of the damn keypad.
He about to get some money because it says
get the ACLU involved.
They have Americans with Disability Acts where they supposed to have a designated Braille on there.
Mm-hmm. All elevators do.
What if this is an origin? Everything's a movie. Everything is a movie. Man. What? No. What if this right here is the prequel to the Book of Eli?
Maybe.
Because Atlanta seemed like some shit that'll blow up, be the end of the world type place, right?
They definitely gonna nuke the first place where most niggas is at. The damn Chicago.
What we got, man? You got anything you want to say before we wrap this up? This has been adventurous.
This was a fun show, man. Hopefully the writer's strike will go away and we will have some new episodes, some shit. But
the strike already happened.
It's just starting. So
I wonder how this affect my show and shit from.
Yeah, it's a lot of niggas like writers from Netflix shows and shit on strike. So whatever the fuck you got going on, it's gonna come out exactly at the same damn time it would have anyway. Cause Netflix shows and Hulu shows come out a year later anyway, nigga, for the next fucking season or 2 years or 10 years. So we'll be fucking fine.
What you waiting on Netflix? I'm waiting on the final season. I think if they do it, the Umbrella Academy. I'm waiting on Stranger Things. What else? What you waiting on?
I can't readily think of nothing that I'm waiting on Netflix. After I watched Ozark, I was like, I'm cool. I was like, I'm good now. All is right with the world.
Netflix fell off. As far as their original content.
It's not a whole lot going on though. Also, was the other part of that. So I've been watching like docuseries and documentaries and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but now make sure y'all follow me at GoJasonR on all social media. It was another fantastic show, man. It was a lot of fun. Glad we came to do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's another testament to the greatness, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be great at something, you gotta be able to do that shit whether you want to or feel like it or not, nigga. You thought Michael Jordan wanted to play all them fucking games? That nigga like playing basketball, but it was some days where that motherfucker like, man, I don't know. I want to go gamble, yeah. Like, give me some cigars, some white women that I'm not married to.
And teach my son to fuck Scottie Pippen's wife.
And teach my other son to get on the Lakers and try to get a championship off the next nigga that's trying to be me.
Man. What son, nigga?
It's a Pippen kid on the Lakers.
We talking about Jordan.
Oh, no.
You switched up basketball.
I switched it up.
That's funny. Hey, thank everybody for tuning in to another fantastic episode of the best podcast that you've ever heard. The Conceited Knowbody. Shout out to Larsa.
Peace, niggas.